Hi guys, I know it's been a while and we didn't tape the surgery. I'm so sorry about that. But everybody was just too in the moment to be worried about a video. So, my family was just more concerned with me than. So, not really upset there. I would have gotten back to you guys sooner, but I just have not felt like it. And in fact, they can't figure out what's going on. I have another UTI, and we don't know why. Don't know where these are coming from, but hopefully we'll find out. So, because I have home health nurse coming in, and I needed a break from. Okay, let's start at the beginning. Okay, so I went into the hospital at 5 in the morning, and I don't remember much. It's almost like they drugged me from the very beginning. And I know that I had asked that I needed to be something to help me calm down. So they gave me something to help me calm down, all right, because I don't remember anything much. I do remember waking up, and I was under the impression I would be asleep for the first 24 hours. I wasn't. But my family's thinking that's because I warned the anesthesiologist that I freak out to be tied down. Coming out of something like that, it just freaks me out. I can't deal with it. So I came out of it and started apparently immediately screaming that I was in pain. I needed something for the pain. And the nurse leaned down and told me, "You're not going to be out of pain. This is, nothing's going to take you completely out of pain." Great. I then got moved around to a bunch of different rooms. I don't know what was going on with the rooms. I know I left the ICU for a step down room, and then I went into another room, and that's when they started wanting me to get up, and I was not capable or to get up. They just wouldn't believe me. And my friend, like I said, who's a nurse, said, "No, that's because you could have got blood clots. You needed to move." And it's like, no, I didn't. After a few days, a couple of days, not a few, I was able to move around and get up. And one thing I had to, they took out the catheter, and it was like, I knew it was to get me to go to the bed, to get up. I knew why they did it, but it needed to come out, so it came out. The most embarrassing, my husband was exhausted and had stayed almost every night. My family all came, and my husband's the only one who spent the night. but he was exhausted, so I sent him home. So the hardest thing for me to do, because I could not wipe myself, was to have the male nurse do it. Oh God, that was embarrassing. I realize it's his job, but it's still embarrassing. So we got me home. I did really good on the steps getting into the apartment. And I've been at this apartment for 30 years. I love my apartment. And with my husband working at the university, it's within walking distance for him. So we have a really cool place. And we raised 2 boys here and everything. Well, I got home, and my cat Maddie, who I've told you guys about, I was asleep. A friend of mine bought me a lift chair to help me get out of. So I had been sleeping in it, and I came home, and my daughter put Maddie in my arms, and Maddie just curled up in her blanket and went to sleep and wanted to be nuzzled once in a while, and I did. That night, for some reason, I put her down in a comfortable box with blankets and everything, and I didn't hold her, and I don't know why. But she died that night, alone. And this is just like the final thing that I could handle. And yes, I am going to see a therapist, because walking out of the hospital and seeing all these people without a hole in their body just pissed me off. And that's not me. So I am on oxygen, but let me get to that. Okay, so Madison dies, and my family, my husband takes her to be buried, and he comes back, and he had had a bad day besides Madison, so he was in a bad mood, and I was just like, whatever, and I just need to rest. I don't need anything else right now. And I was trying to get to my lift chair, and it looked like the Three Stooges. It was so bad. But I wound up on the floor because I kind of got in my chair but slid off. And my fat butt, because I couldn't use my arm muscles, couldn't get myself off the floor. So we wound up having to call the paramedics, which it was embarrassing. And my daughter told them, please send out 2 robust men. Well, they sent out a robust man. His name was Mickey. He was really nice. It didn't make me feel like a fat slob. But he couldn't do it. They could not do it. My legs were just too weak. My not being able to use my chest muscles. It was impossible. So they called backup. And in walks this guy. He's one of those who was deceptively stronger than he looked. And they used a sling method to get me back up into the chair. Well, that's when they checked my oxygen. And my oxygen was really low. And that's when my husband proceeded to say, I think she has sleep apnea. Apnea. And so they were talking, and they took it, and it was low. And he's like, if I have to come back here tonight, it's gonna be me, okay? And well, not even a half hour later, they had to come and get me. My blood level, or my oxygen level, was way down. And oxygen was way down. I find this all very hard to talk about, so sorry. They put me in the ambulance. I couldn't walk. They took me out on this chair down the front stairs, and then they put me on the bed. And they took me to the emergency room that I had just, same hospital I had just left. And they put me on a meter. And because I had not had dinner yet, my blood sugar crashed. And when I tried to tell the nurse, well, first I couldn't get anybody to respond, so I'm yelling help. And I knew it was crashing low. And she come in and she took my blood sugar, and it was down to 40. And for you that don't know, it's supposed to be between 100 and 120. Well, mine wasn't. So she gave me a bunch of stuff, some pudding, some peanut butter crackers, some apple juice, and basically disappeared again. Because I found out later that the emergency room was packed with people, and that they couldn't even get me a room in the heart hospital because there wasn't a room available. So I was put in another room. Oh, and I should say at one point they had me in a room when I was in for the heart, that it was a huge room. Because they had put me in one that was so tiny, It was a Harry Potter room, honest to God. And I told him, listen, I'm claustrophobic. It's something that developed as I got older. So they put it in my chart, and so I wasn't put in any more small rooms, just normal size or large. And now my family all came when I had the heart surgery, but when I went back in for the oxygen flow, it was just my husband, my daughter, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so I'm, on oxygen, and for some reason my husband wanted my lungs checked before I left. Don't know what got him to think about it, but he did. I really gotta remember to ask him why. But anyway, he had a chest x-ray, found out I had fluid on my lungs. So I was like, great, I knew what that meant. I knew that meant they were going to stick a needle in me and get it out. And it hurts. Let me tell you, it hurts. If someone tries to convince you that it doesn't, they're lying through their teeth. I have been through it before with my kidney, and so I'm dealing with this. And I had a very sweet guy who just held my hand. Who I think I broke his hand. I don't know. If I do, I'm totally sorry. But I went down and they took quite a bit of fluid off. And yes, it hurt. And that night I'm like, I don't care if I'm diabetic. I deserve chocolate. So in the hospital you get 60 carbs, whatever, 60 count for your meal. So I got chocolate cake with chocolate ice cream. And that was my dinner. And my sugar level was just fine because that's all I had. And it was under 60. It was 55. So, I wouldn't recommend it. But after everything, I decided that's what I needed. I didn't care at that point. And so will get me home again with the oxygen, which the first time my daughter had brought me home. This time my friend Shannon brought me home. And we're trying to get the oxygen situation straightened out. Meanwhile, my friend is downstairs with her little one waiting for me. Not a happy camper, okay? And so Yeah, I turned it on. Okay. So we finally get out of there, and I get home, and the first night I slept, and my chair had been between the two with Madison. So I'm really, and Maddie had a chair she loved to sit in here at the house, and I just need it gone. I really need it gone. I'm giving it to my son, but we can't seem to get it over there. My ears itch. Oh, that's on the outside. Darn it. So we went. I mean, it's just been. There's so much rage built up inside of me. And I know that I need help. So I'm going to go see the therapist, see what they say. And hopefully I can get over this, because it's just very frustrating and very self-pity. And I really don't care that it's self-pity at the moment. I really don't. It's just the way it is. I feel like I was pushed into this. And I feel like I wasn't really given a choice. And this is the second time this has happened to me with something invasive in my life. So I'm dealing with that. I'm dealing with my cat being gone. And we had just lost her sister about a month beforehand. They weren't close. They didn't get along, but her name was Trixie. She was a beautiful tiger cat. And my car bit the dust and was traded out for a car that I don't want. I need a small truck or a small ATV, or an ATV, not an ATV, a mom car. And so this year is pretty well sucked. The only thing I can say is that maybe the heart surgery going well is the turnaround for this year. I went back to my surgeon and she gave me the all clear, said it looks really good, but I can't color my hair just yet. Which is driving me crazy. seriously crazy. So, I just need some normalcy in my life. Something the way it was. And it was really wild because I dropped my phone. I mean, I dropped it, and there it is. And a friend of mine, his number popped up that I hadn't been able to find. We'd lost touch. And all of a sudden, there's her number. Wow. Okay. So I text her, "Hey, it's Candy. Just let you know I had heart surgery." The next morning I get, "You did what without me?" "Well, I couldn't find your number." And this is after I explained to her that why I don't talk on the phone much. And after I explained this, I then asked, "Can I call you?" Ironic, huh? And she's like, "Girl," well. And so we got talking again. Ooh, that's pretty. And didn't know how much I missed her. But my doctor still, the home health stuff has me, home health care has me on lockdown. I'm going to put just a little bit more in there. And so here I am. I'm really sorry, guys, that we didn't go through it more with you. I thought I would. I thought I'd, need something to distract me, or my family would need, but they all were there to support each other, which is perfect. And because as I've explained, I have two families. I have my family with my ex, who I have two kids, a son and a daughter, daughter and son. And then Brian and I have two boys. Luckily, they all get along at the moment, but I see a storm coming. And I get along with my ex, and my two husbands get along. So I've lucked out very well. And my ex is not a bad guy. He just wasn't for me. And we were very young when we got married. So, yeah, I'm doing better. I still don't think I poured enough resin, believe it or not. Alright, let's see. And this isn't level. No, it's not enough. Man. So, I luck out in that department. I am my oldest son is getting married soon. Next month, actually. So, it will be his first marriage. And hopefully his last. I hope he makes it. I hope they make it. Just so I don't think I'm going to be I went through my closet, and because I've gotten a lot of stuff from Shein in this time since I talked to you guys, and I was trying some things on that I had just stuck in the closet and hadn't tried on yet, and I even need to pay attention because I bought the same dress twice. I'm just gonna sell it. But it wore me out, and I could only do, I think the one time was 3 at a time. So if you guys are okay with things being just 3 looks at a time, 3 or 4 maybe, I know I could rest between, but that's exhausting just as much. So if you're cool with that, let me know down below in the comments. If you have any clue as to why I'm still sore, because my nurse is saying I should be better by now, even though, it's just now getting released to be able to do anything. So I think I got it. Haha. So if that would be okay, just let me know what you think, because I got a lot of clothing I could show you. But I do have some other things that I wish. Hold on, let me get done with this. Okay, I've got just a little more. I'll do a carousel horse. Make pretty Christmas ornaments. Why is this? Why is it not level? I also started buying some other things from Shein. I mean, I never realized just how much stuff they have. And it's like wild. So let me get this poured and I'll show you the couple of things I've got. Okay, let's put this under there. So if it drips out, it drips off into something useful. As you can tell, still a bit shaky. They found another UTI since I've came home. So but I'll tell you, these home health people, I said I would need a week's break. But that's what I needed, just 1 week of things back to normal without people. And you would have thought that I was calling them out in downtown town. I'm doing good. Okay. So there's that one. There's that one. And now I will show you, since you've been staring at me, staring at this, give you something pretty to look at. Okay, I can't move this, but I can fold this up. Okay. Now, first thing is got makeup from Shein. Now, I don't know what happened to the box, but I got this little rose lip gloss. It's such, and you would think, oh my god, that color's dark. I can't put it on. Oh, but it's really not that dark. It's really not. It almost blends. Okay, so first thing that we got here is this pretty box, and it's Oriental language. I don't know how to say it. Yeah. But anyway, okay. Let me open this. This reminds me of old-fashioned lip gloss. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. It smells like chocolate. It's wild. Okay, so we got this. I'm very happy. There were other colors as well, so I may get those as well. Okay. And then I think these are the prettiest colors. We got the little mirror, but that cover is just incredible. I was like, oh my God. When I saw it, I didn't even care what it was. It was like, it's gonna be mine. It's gonna be mine. But it's the box. There we go. And this is got flower nose with the mermaids. I thought that was just the castle. I love this. I like, but the castle is just incredible to me. And it's embossed. And then again, the colors. And I will probably turn this into a pill box once I use all the makeup out of it, because it's just so pretty. It's going to take forever though, because I really don't wear makeup that much. But this has a brush, and in the picture it shows the brush with it, but when I bought it, the brush didn't come. So I texted them about it and never really got an answer. So I'm assuming that I was wrong in assuming that the brush, and so I need to buy the brush. And then this is the compact. Oh no, this is the highlighter. Again, embossed. I'm telling you, from the Willy Wonka that I showed you guys before to this, I am so happy with Shein makeup. I can't even tell you. There's some other things, but I'll show you in another video. This one's long, so let me get off here. And if you've watched all of this, thank you. And thank you for not unsubscribing. Thank you guys. I love you. Bye.